And tonight, all eyes on that forecast, especially from the hundreds of maintenance workers and first responders in this state who are trying to mitigate the storm's impact, especially on the roads.
WRO's Eric Miller has been watching crews doing their work tonight. He joins us live from I-40. Eric, good to know that they are making progress in what they're trying to do.
Gerald, you take a look behind me here at I-40, you may just be able to see some of the brine that NCDOT's crews have been laying down. It's been a very busy day, and preparing for this storm is such a big operation. It's been pulling in government at all levels. In Holly Springs, fire before the ice. Maintenance crews are elbow deep in the never-ending work, keeping this shop's trucks up and running, especially ahead of incoming winter weather.
These are two of them here. These are our plows. These are our bigger trucks here.
Holly Springs Public Works Director Paige Scott says the town has 10 plows that are responsible for maintaining 114 miles of road, scraping off snow and laying down grit.
Our material is back here, so we do a sand and salt mixture. It's about a 70-30 mix.
Once the storm hits, Scott says their crews will go on 12-hour shifts and will be closely monitoring the forecast and any damage the storm brings. And they're far from alone. Towns and cities across the state are gearing up for this storm, including Garner.
What we're doing right now is our teams are out doing some brining operations where we're covering all of our town streets.
Garner's Forrest Jones says the town even has some brand new equipment it's rolling out for this storm.
So we have one of our newest plows trucks with us. We just got it in service just a few weeks ago.
And Jones says it's not just the roads the town is getting ready.
And then we're also checking out our own facilities, making certain things are up and running, fire stations, you know, your police stations and those places, making certain they can still provide those services as well.
Yeah, there is one big caveat here. Paige Scott with Holly Springs says if this does turn out to be mostly or entirely an ice storm, they'll actually have to pull their crews back and wait for much of that storm to pass before they're then able to get those vehicles out on the roads, start putting down salt, start putting down sand, and really improve conditions out there. Again, so many folks watching this forecast very closely and waiting to see what this storm will bring. In Raleigh, Eric Miller, WRAL News.
And as crews prepare the roads ahead of this weekend, there are concerns that rain might wash away the brine. Brian Schrader is in the WRAL Live Center to explain how the anti-icing solution works, Brian, and if it'll stick around until the weekend.
Yeah, you probably see those white strips there on the road left by those trucks like the ones that Sky 5 caught on the roads earlier today. So what is this and how does it work? Here's the road surface. They put that layer of brine down there, and what it does is it lowers the freezing point of the water. It is not designed to melt all of the ice that builds up on the road. Instead, it just prevents that ice from binding to the surface of the road, and that makes it easier for plows to come through and push it away. That all works very well when it's dry, but the forecast calls for the chance of some rain on Friday, so some of that brine could get washed away. The DOT tells us that even if it rains, it still is going to play a role in protecting the roads from that ice binding to it, but just won't be quite as effective as it would be if it were completely dry.
A lot to think about when spreading down those chemicals. Thank you, Brian. We should learn more about preparations leading up to the storm tomorrow. The governor and state emergency management officials will hold a news conference. We'll carry those remarks live on television, online, and on WRAL News Plus. WRAL has the largest, most experienced severe weather team in North Carolina. Stay with WRAL for live team coverage of weather and traffic conditions now and through the weekend. And it's a good time to make sure you have the WRAL News app to stay on top of this winter weather. We'll have updates on WRAL TV, WRAL News Plus, and online, as well as the newly redesigned WRAL Weather app. And make sure you have the breaking news and weather alerts turned on so you receive important updates right to your phone.